So look, let's just talk about this. Graphics downgrades? Has there been any in Spider-Man on PlayStation 4? What's the deal? Why is everybody talking about it? So let me just say, no, there hasn't been a graphics downgrade, but there's been graphical changes. That's far different. Here's how to kind of break this down. Lighting and scenarios play a key role into how you're developing a scene and when you release a picture. Lighting in one scene, that's nighttime where the sun might be behind you, and it's kind of like setting, and then there's the moon, and then you take a shot from a certain angle. It's going to look far different than if the sunlight is right above you at 12 o'clock and your suit's going to look different. It's going to reflect differently. There's going to be different things happening. But at the same time, this is a video game. And when you first show off a video game, you have to make the best impression. The best impression typically includes running on hardware that's not the final product, because you can't realistically do that. How many times have we seen video games running and they're in-engine? It's in-engine because it means it's not running the way the game is running. Star Wars Battlefront, actually most of the EA games actually do this. They're in-engine footage, because the in-engine means, yes, it's the game running, but what's running it? And that's the big question. And a lot of these games, come off, and when they show in-engine in the early footage, they're running on PCs that at the time use 4 GPUs, graphics processors for those of you that might not be PC gamers. And they're using highly overclocked CPUs, and they're using 3 to 4 times the amount of RAM that the consoles have. And that's just the nature of the beast. But are they lying to you? No. But there's significant changes that happen through game development. And here's one thing, right? Let's say Spider-Man is swinging down the street in the original footage, and you see a bunch of cars and all this haze and stuff, and it looks very atmospheric. Well, we don't know what section of the game that's taken from. And as the development of the game goes on, the crowds get AI. So you gotta kind of lower some other aspect of the game, right? Because it's not gonna look the same when it was an in-engine footage running on this highly powerful PC as opposed to this PlayStation 4. A regular, it has to also run with the Pro. And the game has to work on both combined. So you can't really make one far inferior, it's just gotta look better on the Pro. And that's, I think, what gets people really worried. It's like, why are people flipping out over this so much? Even if it gets graphical downgrades, which most games do these days, right? Has that ever stopped us from enjoying a game that's great? God of War certainly didn't look as great, as the original release footage. Neither did Horizon Zero Dawn. Neither do most games. My favorite game of all time, The Witcher 3. It looks like a far cry from the original initial release. They brightened it, they made it look more cartoony, but it doesn't matter. As long as the gameplay is good, that's what you should be caring about. If the gameplay looks like it was affected in a major way and that's suffering, then complain. But are graphics really the defining factor of video game? I mean, I just replayed Spider-Man on the PlayStation 1. I had as much fun playing that as I did the Amazing Spider-Man game and Spider-Man 2. And the graphics did nothing for me but bring me nostalgia. I guess, don't worry about it. The game's gonna be great.